Hello everyone, myself Anu Raji. I am second year BCom student of Marian College Kotigaram Autonomous. As a part of our course activity, I am going to take a seminar on the topic of the role of literature, arts, media in framing social values and norms. So today we gather to explore the captivating and one of the most essential aspect of society, the influence of literature, arts and media in framing our values and norms. So in a world full of information and diverse perspective, it is crucial to analyze how these literature, arts and media play a significant role in molding our collective consciousness. Throughout history, the literature, arts and media have served as the mirrors reflecting our values, aspirations and contradictions, the societies they emerge from. So they are not just aspects or they are not just simply expressions or entertaining purposes. They also act as a tool for either to reinforce or challenge the existing social norms. So we will delve deeper into this the influence of literature, arts and media, and we will see how it impacts our society, how we are influenced by these different literatures, arts and medias. And let's join this enlightening journey with me to understand how it impacts our society. Now we are going to analyze the literature, arts and media individually. So coming to literature, what is literature? Literature is not just simply a written text. So now we are going to analyze the importance of literature. So can you say the importance of literature? How it impacts our lives? So the role of literature is not merely it increases our vocabulary or it tells us a story or nothing like that. It's not just simply that, but literature helps us to think from others' point of view. If we are considering some literary work of the prominent authors, we can see that both many of the authors have different kind of thinking capacity, and reading their works, it will help us to learn the different point of views of different topic. So it also helps us to critically analyze and critically think different aspects from different point of view. That is the major impact that literature leaves on us. So it is one of the major role that literature plays in our lives. So our next aspect is art. So now we are going to discuss how art influences our social norms and values. So art has been an integral part of human civilization since ancient times. So from cave paintings to digital installations, from street graffiti to Rhine's masterpieces, art has developed a lot throughout this generation and years. So apart from its aesthetical appeal, art has the power to influence, challenge and transform various social the existing social norms and existing social problems. And one of the main prominent role of art is that it helps in shaping our culture. And throughout the history, we can see that many artists tried and they pulled off the different social challenges which exist in our society, like gender inequality, social discrimination and political corruptions. Like this, all these important sensitive topics are took by the artists to express their expression. So art has also a medium for expressions and communication and a reflection of our society. So this is how art help us to analyze this social problems which is existing in our society, and throughout the history we can see that many artists have took these sensitive issues which I mentioned earlier to their existence as much as they can. They have made a prominent works throughout their art. So this is how art influences our social values. Last aspect is media. So now we have already discussed how literature and how arts affects or influence our social norms and values. Now, the last aspect, but not the least one, is media. So, media nowadays, media is the most influential thing which can influence our lives. So, media is people are relying on media blindly more than anyone. The in our lives also, the media is playing a central part of information, and it is increasing day by day. The people believing in media is increasing day by day in our world. So, but the influence of media can be positively and negatively affected in all our lives. In a positive way, we can say that media can help us to know what happens in the outer world, and it helps to keep us in touch with the outer world. Like we are sitting in our house and we will not be aware of what happening in the outer world. So it helps just simply turning on the news channels, we can say, or simply clicking on our mobile phones, we could as access to many medias, like even if it's social media or a news channel, whatever it is, media can influence. The influence of media is a great level of human's life, and so in a positive way it can influence. We can say that it helps us to know what happens in the world, but in a negative way we say that uh, we can't say it with 100% sure that media is always right, because we have to believe what they are showing us. So sometimes maybe it's some kind of political or public or private pressure, media cannot be that much reliable as we think. So this time it will negatively affect our lives and our social life as well, because we just simply believe what media is talking to us, what is media is telling to us. So this can be positively and negatively affected. We get to know the general knowledge of what happens in the world in a positive way, but at the same time some things shown in the media may be not that much reliable or that much true as we think that is. So this can be negatively affect our social life, and which will help in framing our social values in a negative way. So as we discussed, the three aspects which influences our social norms and which influences social norms and values of our life. As I discussed earlier, there are three, not three, but we just discussing three of them. That is literature, art, and media. So in literature, we have said that literature can influence us critically. It helps us to think critically, and in as per arts, it can be also, like many artists have already did. They have took up many social sensitive topics, which will always also help us to easily understand. Arts also helps to easily understand what happens in the society. Just like media also, media is just directly telling us what happens in society, and we just rely on the media. So these are the three things which affects our social values, which helps to frame social norms and values, and these three are the main things which influences us to frame social norms and values. So these are the main topics of the seminar, and I hope you all got understood. So thank you so much.